There is a place beyond maps, beyond signs, beyond the noise of memory, where the wind walks slower and the trees lean closer to hear. This place does not call itself by any name, because names change. Names fade. But it remembers. Not in ink, not in books, but in the living grain of bamboo. They say that long before the cities came, before machines chewed into hills and light drowned out the stars, there was a grove hidden between two quiet hills and a forgotten stream. You could only find it if you were lost in the right way, not lost in direction but in soul. People who sought it with too much purpose never found it. But sometimes, if you were walking without hurry, and your heart had just broken in a gentle way, the path would appear, like mist parting around truth. Zhen found it once. He had not planned to. In truth, he had planned very little in his life. He had grown up learning the language of labor, of tools, of keeping things fixed, built, and orderly. But in his 40th year, after his wife passed in her sleep beside him and he no longer dreamed with sound, something inside him unraveled. He packed a satchel without thought, without map, and he walked away. Days turned into weeks. Food ran low. Time bent. And one morning, he stepped through a thicket of reeds and saw it, the grove. It was quiet. It was whole. Zhen stayed. He built a small hut beside the stream using fallen wood and rope of bark. He said little. He wrote nothing. But he carved. Each morning he woke before the light broke, bathed in the river, and carried with him a single stalk of bamboo and an old blade he had once used to open crates. He would walk barefoot into the grove, sit on the same flat stone, and wait. He did not know what he waited for. Not at first. But one morning, a word came. Not in speech, not in thought, but like mist settling into form. A single character. A whisper of essence. He carved it. The sound of blade on wood was soft, satisfying. The word was stillness. The next day, he came again. Another word arrived. Emptiness. Then flow. Then return. And so it continued. Each word carved once, never repeated, never explained. Some days the word came before he sat. Other days he waited until noon. Sometimes nothing came at all, and that too, he carved nothing. Years passed. Bamboo grew. Some stalks fell. Others twisted into one another like memories shared by siblings. The grove became a temple without doors. Travelers came rarely, but when they did, Zhen welcomed them with silence. Some stayed a day. Some stayed a year. Most did not understand. A few carved. Only one stayed. His name was Jun, Zhen's grandson. Jun was sent to him by a family tired of questions. He was wild, they said. Restless. Bright, but burning too hot. His parents thought the old man might soften him. Zhen said nothing. He merely cleared a second mat beside the hearth. The boy arrived like wind through open windows, curious, impatient, unconvinced. He did not understand the silence. He hated the soup. He asked questions too quickly, without waiting for space between. But Zhen didn't answer. He simply carved. And slowly, something changed. Jun began to wake earlier. He sat outside alone. He stopped asking and started watching. He began to see how the morning light touched the bamboo differently than the noon. He began to feel the pause between the crow's call and the echo it left behind. One day, uninvited, he followed Zhen to the stone. He watched. Zhen handed him the knife. Just one word, the old man said. The one that finds you. Jun stared at the bamboo stalk for a long time. His hand shook. He didn't know what to choose. But then he stopped choosing. He closed his eyes and remembered the night his mother cried behind the door, the day his friend moved away, the way he felt when he looked at the moon too long. The word arrived like water rising slowly in a bowl. He carved heart. Jun touched the word and nodded. You've begun. The seasons turned. Jun grew taller. His words deepened. Grief. Awake. Trust. Disappear. Jun aged further. His fingers slowed. He carved less. But he watched more. Then, one spring morning, Jun found the blade resting on the stone. Jun's mat was empty. The hut silent. No note. No body. Only wind, and bamboo, and the sound of chimes ringing gently without breeze. Jun did not cry. He walked into the grove, chose a stalk, and carved. Stay. He stayed. For many years, Jun lived as Zhen had lived. Listening. Carving. He built nothing new, changed nothing. He taught no one, unless they listened. And one day, another child arrived. A girl. She carried no bag, no blade. Only a dream. She had seen the grove in her sleep for many nights and followed her feet until they found it. Jun saw her and said only, "Welcome." She sat beside him on the stone. He handed her the blade. She carved. Call. They said nothing more that day. Years passed. She returned. Older now. Carrying a child. The grove stood. The stalks turned golden, then green again. New words appeared. Forgive. Wait. Burn. Home. Light. Breathe. Die. Live. Return. And one day, far in the future, someone, perhaps not yet born, will walk beneath the last sun, in a world reshaped by time, and feel the pull of something older than thought. They will find the grove. They will kneel before a bamboo stalk whose carvings have almost vanished. They will take up the knife passed through 1,000 hands, and carve one final word. Remember. And in that moment, all the others will awaken. All the words, all the lives, all the breaths shared between strangers and stars, will hum like one vast bell ringing beneath the skin of the earth. And the grove will bow. Not because it remembers, but because it is remembering you.